Hi, it's Dr. Greg Jantz, founder of the Center, A Place of Hope. I love saying a place of hope because years ago we did some client surveys, and we've been here 40 years. We did some client surveys, and on the surveys, it kept saying, this is a place of hope. This is a place of hope. And so, wouldn't you know it, we decided to change the name from the center to the Center, a Place of Hope. That's what it's all about. We know that hope comes when there's a plan. And sometimes there's things that happen outside of our ability to control or to even understand. And one of these is, and I've made notes for our brief time together today, economic recession. And what does that do to mental health issues? And we just need to look at some past crises and sometimes recent that folks have come through, and extraordinary pressure financially and in the family and the intensity in the culture, recession, inflation. We know that these things will have an effect on mental health issues. All right, here's a few things just for us to briefly be aware of. Mental health, economic recession. We will have increased stress and anxiety. And maybe that's a no, duh, of course. Yeah, but that stress becomes chronic stress, and it has physical implications, and inflation causes inflammation in the body when there's that chronic stress. And we know that that stress on the body can set us up then for chronic disease conditions. Yes, chronic stress increases inflammation in the body. Inflammation, you could kind of see it as the seedbed for potential disease. There will be, number two, higher rates of depression. Absolutely higher rates of depression. Economic stress, depression skyrockets. And as that skyrockets, and when I say depression, I'm talking about a serious, at times disabling depression. You will find hopelessness. You'll find despair. You will find individuals that absolutely believe that they're not going to make it. And desperate people do desperate things. So in desperation, there is a period of impulsive behavior and sometimes behaviors that we regret. All right, social isolation, economic recession. Yes, isolation. We pull back, we pull away. Sometimes we step into social media and we lose ourselves in numbing out activities. Could be everything from pornography to alcohol to online gambling. But we look for escapism behaviors. And we know that the social isolation causes us to be even more disconnected, and we become at times impulsive, and then it creates more economic stress. What did we learn? Okay, so some of us remember the 2008 financial crisis, a global recession, and some people lost everything or nearly everything. And the mental health issues of anxiety and depression obviously skyrocketed. But also one of the things that can happen, and we saw this as well, as individuals come together as a community and actually serve and help one another. Yeah, tough times will either break apart or people make a decision to serve and come together. And we do need each other. One key takeaway from that, I know it's been a while, 2008, but there's been some other periods since then as well, is that we do need to look at what are the mental health resources that we have, and what do we need to do to really help people who are in severe economic stress and chronic stress and anxiety around that. So it's hard, but we have to, during these times, prioritize our self-care. I mean, even drinking water over 10 cups of coffee a day, for example. Though it's hard, sleep, self-care, as it relates to working on even movement, physical exercise. So we know that we need each other, and not a time to isolate, but a time to come together. And I know the mental health consequences of recession, inflation, economic stress, severe economic stress, really can be, there's grief, there's anger, there's a sense of loss, there's a sense of unfairness, there's a sense of blame, and it can take you down a really self-destructive path. And so we need each other. We know that some of the folks that have had severe financial stress have been not likely, because they feel like they can't afford it, to reach out. I encourage, if there's financial stress, there are surprises at times how people can get help, and to always look at what the options are, because we need to fortify ourselves, we need accountability, we need support, and we need at times to work with somebody that can help us strengthen our courage and give us another point of view. Super important. There's hope during economic stress, and we do tend to work through that, but we want to work through it this time with a real strong sense of self and courage, and really to come out on the other end stronger, not destroyed.